Hey guys, my name is Alex, and this is Would You Rather. Yesterday, Suicide Squad came out. Its ad campaign has been going on for I think over a year now. The consensus was pretty solidly that this was going to be the biggest movie of the summer. Then, 2 or 3 days prior to its release, the reviews started coming in. As everyone who's watching this probably knows, it got this horrible rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Critics are saying it's a horrible piece of shit and it only continues sort of the foils of DC's cinematic universe. Any interest I had in seeing the movie kind of went out the window with that avalanche of horrible reviews. But yesterday, I got up early, I went to Starbucks, and then I just took a look at the showtimes. So I went to the movie theater by my house, I got a ticket, and then I went to Fridays, and I was sitting and I was having a drink for like the hour before the show started. While I was sitting there, I was thinking, I really don't want to see this movie. Really, the motivating factor in my having bought the ticket and waited at the bar so that I could go see the movie was I just wanted to be part of like the national conversation. But it got me thinking about like, to what extent should I subject myself to works of art that I'm really not that crazy about, simply because I want to be able to participate in the broader cultural conversation. I think most would agree that the purpose of art is to facilitate conversation. On the one hand, there's the conversation that like two consumers of art have amongst one another, and then there's the more intimate and presumably more valuable sort of conversation, which is that between the artist and the, I guess, consumer or viewer of the art. Now that latter, more intimate sort of conversation can be had quietly just between yourself and the page. The other kind of conversation is the thing that goes on in bars or in YouTube videos. Jane Smiley's book, 13 Ways of Looking at the Novel, she mentions, however, that the average American novel is about 300 pages, and the average literate American reads about 30 pages an hour. That means that the average American novel takes the average American reader about 10 hours to finish. And I also recently read, I don't remember where, that the average American novel today is 400 pages as opposed to the 300 pages that it was at the beginning of the 21st century. So if it takes you 10 hours to finish a book, obviously you're going to be a little more discriminating about which titles you choose to pick up. My point, though, is that obviously we can strike a balance between the art that we consume for the purposes of, like, cultural conversation and the art that we consume for that sort of intimate, almost spiritual kind of conversation that one has with an artist that sort of rings your personal bell. But it prompted a hypothetical. Would you rather, for the rest of your life, only be able to read those books that ring your eccentric personal bell? Books that will mean a lot to you and get you thinking and make you feel, but they're all going to be very obscure books or very obscure movies that you really won't be able to have a conversation with anyone about. Conversation will be reduced to that which you can muster between yourself and the page. Or would you rather, for the rest of your life, consume only those forms of art which have mass appeal? And yes, here and there you'll be able to find some stuff in those works of art that really do something for you, that ring your little eccentric bell. But you're probably not going to find very much profundity, and you're almost certainly not going to find anything that feels like it was really tailor-made for your sensibility or your place in life. On the other hand, you'll be able to discuss it ad nauseum with everyone around you. Obviously, if we're the sort of people who go on YouTube to either watch people prattle on like I'm doing now, or if you're the kind of inconsiderate video host who does prattle on like I'm doing now, very much cherish and endorse conversation about art. And again, of course, I'm not saying that any of those things, that these options are mutually exclusive in life, but I was kind of wondering, if I were to allot more of my time to one form or the other, which one should it be? So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. Which would you rather be stranded to watch exclusively for the rest of your life? So, constant reader, thanks for watching.